Right, board's been replaced and we have an F70. Don't panic, this can happen. Basically, because these PCBs are generic, sometimes you have to program it to the boiler. Now, these PCBs, the ones that come as 764, I believe they are for the Ecotech Pluses. Now, this is an Ecotech Pro. And luckily, morning, what are we today? Friday, the 23rd of May. My last working day before a week off, because Monday is bank holiday. I'm not planning on working, but you know how it is. If an emergency comes in, depending on how much of an emergency is, I may have to go out, but I'm not planning on. And then first family holiday of the year, me, the wife, the kids, we're going away to Marseille for a week, and my parents as well. Looking forward to, I say downtime, but when you've got two young kids, it's not downtime, is it? It's just the same madness and carnage, just in another country. But at least the weather will be good, and my parents will be there to help as well, so it kind of takes the load off of everyone. We'll probably just like rotate the kids around one by one adult at a time for a few hours or something like that. But anyway, my day today, I've got 6 jobs, I think. First one I've just rocked up here. I think the customer either found me off YouTube or Instagram, one or the other. But he sent me a picture of his data badge on the boiler. It's a Vaillant Ecotech Plus 637 coming up with an F75. He's also said that it makes some weird noises, and I'm not sure if it's the pump or the pressure sensor. I've got pressure sensors on the van. I haven't got the pump for this boiler on the van because this is a 37 kilowatt one. So it's a bigger pump, as in with a large meter head. If I need one, I'll then go down to a supplier. There's a supplier down the road from here, so I didn't bother picking one up. I'm hoping it is just a pressure sensor so I can get it done, because from here I've then got to go up to Northwest. The rest of my jobs are all sort of North London, Northwest London, Harrow, that sort of area. So let's go inside, let's see what's going on with this 637. If I can get it fixed today, hopefully, and we'll go from there.
And one thing I do like about you though is you try to fix it.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, a lot of people come in and say, change the boiler.
Yeah. Right, here we go, 637. It's already got F75 on arrival. So this is from 2006. So it's 19 years old. Customers had the pressure sensor changed a couple of times already. I'm going to reset it. I'm going to put it into P0 first because I want to see what this pump does as well. Because this is the old Vaillant pump as well. Like I said, because it is a 637, it's going to be the larger pump. So let's put that reset first. Now let's put it into P0 and see what it does. Yeah, that's the pump. Hear that straight away. That is that pump. So let's drain it out. Oh, I was going to put into P6, but obviously there's no diverter on this, so it doesn't need a P6. But let's drain it out and check what the pressure sensor reading as well anyway. Right, so boiler's drained out and pressure sensor's fine because it's just reading 0 bar. Just repressurized the expansion vessel, just getting rid of the rest of it. Now let me make some phone calls, see if I can get hold of a pump for this one. See that guy over there in the green cap? Instead of being in school, he's trying to sell me some stolen goods. I think he's with her. Unfortunately, when you're in Ilford, you get all these sorts of people. Look, he's just going around, anyone who's there, asking, do you want to buy this? Do you want to buy this? Look, she's got something in her hand as well. They're just selling knockoff goods or stolen merchandise. Where's the world coming to? Anyway, I've just popped to electro gas boiler parts. This is my favorite shop for when it comes to getting stuff reconditioned or new stuff, but third party. And the reason why is because that pump was the silver screw pump, and they do just a pump head, which is a fraction of the price of getting a new pump, and it saves me from having to change everything as well. So I've picked that up. We're going to go back, swap that pump over, and then get that boiler back up and running. Right, we are back up to pressure and just purging it out. The pump's been replaced, no leaks, which is good. And have a look at this. This will tell you everything you need to know about why this pump has failed. Look at that in there. I don't know how well it shows up on camera, but look at that. There's some big solid chunks of dirt in there, and that's what's caused that to fail. So I think the system, well, it's from 2006, so it's 19 years old. Probably does need a power flush. I have spoken to a customer about that. So first things first was to sort the boiler out, and then obviously look at potentially booking a power flush in the future. We want to try and save the boiler. We want to try to not replace the boiler. And to be honest, I think with the power flush, we shouldn't need to. A little bit of wear and tear, a little bit of TLC on it, we can keep it going, because that is going to be the biggest killer of systems. If we can get rid of that, then there's no reason why the boiler shouldn't last for many years to come. But we're going to let that finish purging out and then get on to the next one. Right, we have gone from Ilford to Hampstead NW3. And we have ourselves an Ecotech Plus 837, which is doing stuff on its own. It's got a mind of its own. Doesn't know what it wants to do. It wants to do something, but it doesn't know what. Basically, the tenants explained to me that recently they were having a shower and it locked out to F28. So they came back, they reset it, and it was all fine. Okay. Next, this was on off, and it still, for some reason, was putting the heating on. And even more recently, hang on, did we just see that number just change? Did that just jump? It may have done. I'll have to watch this video back to see if it did or not. But basically, she also said that recently it's supposed to be coming with F62. There we go, look, it's 48, 33. It's jumping all about the place. And coinciding with the fact that it's an F62 PCB, I can also hear the pump is constantly running at the moment. Now, fault codes on this. I forgot. Is it? Yeah, here we go. F62, F62, F22, F22, F28, F28, F27. F27 is another indicator. That's a PCB fault. And the last one, number F27 again, number 10. So out of the last 10 fault codes, we've had 2 F62s, an F28, an F29, a handful of F22s, and 2 F27s. I'm gonna go with PCB. Got one on the van, let me get it swapped out, and we'll go from there. Now, just to be on the safe side, I also want to check that the electro lead is fine as well, because there's been an F28 as well. So I'm going to check the resistance across the lead. Now, these are a 1 kilo ohm lead. Checking across the two, I want to get 1 kilo ohm reading on there. So I managed to wedge that in there somehow. Now let's pop that in there. 1 kilo ohm. Happy days. We know that the electro lead is fine. Who's calling me? I'll call him back in a minute. Let's go and get a PCB. Let's get it swapped out and get out of here. Right, board's been replaced and we have an F70. Don't panic, this can happen. Basically, because these PCBs are generic, sometimes you have to program it to the boiler. Now, these PCBs, the ones that come as 764, I believe they are for the Ecotech Pluses. Now, this is an Ecotech Pro. And luckily, you get a little booklet and it says, look, have you got an F70? If you do, just got to follow these instructions and basically just program this PCB to an Ecotech, an Ecotech Pro 28 R2. So just follow the instructions in here. It tells you what codes to put in. You basically just have to find which boiler we're working on. Ecotech Pro 28 UK version. So let me look through this, find the right boiler, and then we will code it in. So I'm just keeping an eye out on my van, make sure, well, number one, that no one tries to break in, and number two, make sure I don't get a ticket. We have here, just having a look at the data badge, we need to go to the GB. We've got Ecotech Pro, a 2863-3. So our DSN offset code is going to be 0. So now let's program that in. So we need to do these two to get to D97. Oh, D97, that's showing 0 at the moment. And it says I need to go to 17. And then press this for 5 seconds. Okay, that goes back to, now I need to go to D93. Okay, that's showing 0, which I believe it already is. Pretty sure the code in here was 0 anyway. Where's the GB one gone? GB. Yeah, it was 0 already. So I think I've just got to keep that pressed for 5 seconds. D93. Then press. Oh, I think it's come back. Hey, we go. Back in business. I'm gonna run a hot tap. Just wanna check. Get a bit of water splashing. So I need to stuff out the way. Flame on. Make sure diverter's not passing as well. Okay. Let's just wait. Got some heat up. Need to turn that up. Oh. I think the diverter's passing as well. Blow pipe's getting hot. Not getting much in there. Yeah, we've got a problem with the diverter as well, it looks like. Right, let me make another phone call. You know that phrase, never assume, because when you assume you make an ass out of you and me. I assumed the hot was on the left, which it normally is. It's on the right. Now, we've got hot water. The heating had fired up. That's why we're getting heat down the flow pipe. But that's all good now. Look, you can see the steam coming off there. So, don't need to change the diverter. But when the heating came on, that did shoot up. So I'm going to quickly, whilst I'm here, I'm not going to charge anything extra for it. I'm just going to quickly drain the boiler out, recharge the expansion vessel, and then get onto the next job. Because what I don't want is a callback. Just to make sure the vessel hasn't split, firstly. Oh, that is split. Oh, okay, that's going to need a new vessel. And I don't have one on the van. Okay, so it is going to be a return visit later on, but for the time being, they're not going to need the heating because we do have very warm temperatures at the moment, so that should be okay. No, I don't have a vest on the van, but I'll let the landlord know, and that will have to be another visit, another day. Right, so this next one is an Ecotech Plus, and I've been sent here because an engineer's been here before me and they were getting really high readings. They came for gas safety and they were getting really high readings. So I'm basically gonna put it through its paces. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Install a level. Put it through its paces. I'm gonna check what it's doing and then go from there. Let me get into P1, get the flue gas analysis started, and then we'll see what it's showing. Right, we're on max load. First things first, always check the air intake, because if there's a split in the flue, got to sort that out before we can do anything else. So that's in there. As you can see, readings are spot on for the air intake. Okay, so now let's switch over to the combustion side and let's see what's going on with these readings. It is jumping. Not terrible. I'm going to let it settle and then I'll come back to see what it is, if it is anything. Well, I don't know whether to say it's disappointing or not, but it's kind of made my life easier on this job. There's nothing wrong. Minimum's fine. I've done the maximum. I didn't bother coming back to it because the readings were fine. Minimum's fine as well. No idea. I'll just finish off the 26 nines, issue the gas set and get on to the next one.